I'm Rocco from Rocco's Smokehouse, and we're proud to sponsor this video.
Hello, class. Good to be back with you. We're going to take a road trip. We're going to Chicago, Illinois. We're going to visit Rod Scala and Park Ward Motors and Museum.
These cars still are amazingly good value.
Let's take a look. My name is James Cameron, and I love Rolls-Royces. And I want to welcome you to the Rolls-Royce and Bentley University Buyer's Guide. Let's start class.
Hello, and
Wow.
how are you? You see here Rolls-Royces that have either been fully restored, mildly restored, but there are even some that are just 100% original cars.
Right.
So it's a complete mixture, but the important thing that we do that's different to anyone else is when because we're a full set-up shop,
Right.
not only are these cars prepared before they're offered for sale, but every single car goes, once they're sold, goes into a process that's called pre-delivery commissioning. And pre-delivery commissioning means every major and minor service is brought up to date. Any maintenance issues that's needed is done. And that's just not mechanical, that's operational as well. Right. So air conditioning, windows, seats. Mm-hmm. So when the car leaves here, it is truly turnkey. Mm-hmm. This one's incredible because this is a completely original motor car with an absolutely amazing 8,800 miles.
It's brand new.
So it's in essence like a brand new
It's
car.
brand new.
That, as I say, is an 86. Both these cars have just been sold. This one is just royal blue metallic with magnolia hides, dark blue piping. Has the absolute stunning factory Luton matte rugs. Just a beautiful car.
And the one thing about Rolls-Royce, no matter how old the car is or what the make of the car is, you can go back to them and they would be able to substitute the wood or substitute
That's a bit of an urban legend. People.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people will tell you that you go back to Rolls-Royce and they have Sala's. That hasn't been around for years. And in fact, the sad thing is with BMW having taken over Rolls-Royce,
Yeah, tell me about
they pretty much just threw everything
everything
away.
out, yeah.
It's quite a disgrace, really. But if putting that aside, yeah, there are a lot of urban legends which aren't necessarily true. Mm-hmm. But the bottom line is, yes, of course, great deal of craftsmanship.
Sure.
You could always rely on crew for their craftsmanship if you needed something. Mm-hmm. But you know, in a twist, in a way, the way life has developed, that's what we do. I mean, I'll show you later. We do all the wood here.
Right.
We do the leather refinishing here. We do upholstery. We have a body paint shop. Besides all the mechanics. Exactly. We're a full. We can do everything in house, and we do. Wow. See, isn't that gorgeous? The amazing thing is, when you actually think about it, even with prices having gone up a little bit recently, these cars still are amazingly good value, considering what they were new.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
I mean, to be able to buy a Corniche like this for slightly under $100,000, and as I say, we're not comparing cars where you know, they're not fully prepared like ours. Of course, you can buy them cheaper, but
right, of course, yeah, I know what you're saying.
But
yeah,
buying a fully turnkey motor car like one of these for less than $100,000 I mean, think of what they were new, and then translate that
In
with
today's.
inflation into today's money.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And when you think that you can buy, especially the silver shadows, which is an area that I don't like to use the word our bread and butter, but we sell lots of them. You know, you can buy yourself a really nice silver shadow for less than 50,000. Or you can buy them possibly in the high 30s on some of them. Same thing again, go into eBay, find one for 15 grand for sure, but it's going to be 30 grand on it, you know? Yeah. But I mean, when you think you can buy one of these cars, a shadow, for, you know, let's call it 40 grand. You can't like, put a brand new Hyundai is probably 30, I don't know.
Exactly.
Now obviously you have rare cars like this Camargue. This is without question, I think probably the best Camargue in the world. We fully restored it. Then of course you start to talk the money, but
I have to go here because is this a Spirit or a Spoke?
this is an 82 Silver Spirit.
Right. Okay. It's the
That
Spirit
was, but this is a bespoke car. So this is not a standard Silver Spirit that you would find here in the United States. First thing you'll notice, it's got a kneeling Spirit of Ecstasy, which is an option. A bit of an interesting touch. A badge bar is a bit more of a British thing. Standard for the rest of the world, but you'll notice it's got the large rectangular lights. If this was an American car, it's got a couple of unattractive square Cadillacs lights. And then on the inside, well, you have the unusual color combination. This is Georgian silver over claret, but it was also bespoke on the inside. So if you have a look in here, you might want to come behind me. On early Spirits, this wood was just straight grain walnut, whereas this has been all done in rich burl walnut, which you will not see. I mean, there may have been a couple of cars done this way, but very few. So not only has very interesting wood, it has the leather with the two-tone combination of the claret piping to tie in with the exterior. It has a full-length console. Now, for owners of later SZ models, which is what this is, they will say, yeah, but a lot of SZs had this, but not in 82. We didn't see a full-length console appear until about 86. So this has a full-length console. You probably can't see it because it's dark. It has a cocktail cabinet with flasks and nip glasses.
I would love to talk about this car directly over here. Now that is a spur, is it not?
Yeah, that's a 91 Silver Spur finished in magnolia with tan hides, light coloured piping. Spur, the SZ model, or SZ,
SZ, yeah.
as you say in America, started in 81.
Right.
Pretty much ran right to
99.
Correct. And forgetting the Spur 1, 2, 3, 4
Right.
thing, there was the best way is from a mechanical sense. There's about 4 different major iterations. You had the 81 to the 84, 85. Then they changed some things operational.
From 86 all the way up.
Well, no, from 86 till about 89-ish. Then 90 through to about 95-ish, where this one falls in that category, and then pretty much the last version from 96 through to 99. Obviously, there were a lot of changes as well in between, but they are the 4 distinct categories of the SZ series. And of course, you had Spirit and Spur towards the end. The Spirit sort of disappeared towards the end. They did bring in a Silver Dawn, which is a little confusing, but we can talk about that. And then right towards the end, a lot of bespoke stuff started to happen, like the limousines, the parkboard limousines, the heavily bespoke cars, and then I'm sure we've heard of cars that were limited models like the Fort Lauderdale edition, there were the Springfield.
See, I never heard of those.
Okay.
I never heard of those.
Well,
But
the Springfield was a model that was brought out to celebrate 75 years since Rolls-Royce were actually making or assembling Rolls-Royces in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Okay,
In
fine.
fact,
Yeah.
we have one here. in
Okay,
Springfield.
right.
And so in '96, they introduced a model. It was a silver spur,
Right.
but they called it a Springfield edition with all sorts of bespoke stuff. Very unique color combinations that drew on the original Springfield cars.
Because the Springfield, they only had them in Massachusetts up to 31, right?
No, it was, I think it was 21 to 29.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
And like the one we have over here is 27.
Because the Depression hit and they,
Yeah.
and they originally did that. They opened up that in Springfield because that way they didn't have to pay the taxes for the shipping.
I'm sure that was part of it, but I'm sure the real reason was they wanted to just set up a
Yeah.
manufacturer.
Because they were selling a lot of them here.
They would